so many of us think that something has to be hard
To make money, yeah.
to make money, for it to be purposeful. And generally, like, our greatest gifts are the things that create all these opportunities. You just went to your gift of gab and in your, obviously, your history in cycling.
Yeah.
And you've been doing the podcast. You're like, fuck it, let's just throw these three things together.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we have next ventures. And so let's talk about that.
Well, so then, and I want to talk about how we make money too, because I think how we make money, and not to make this show about making money, but it does make money now on the content side. But I think a unique view on how to make money in and around content with advertising. My point was like, what would happen with this flywheel if we created the fund? So we've raised this $75 million fund to invest in health and wellness, performance optimization. And then what happens when and all the while being completely honest with the audience, when we weave this stuff back into the content, which is what we've done. We first did in summer of 18, and then we did last summer of 2019, which it's remarkable, and I think that actually gets me to this place of the audience, my audience. So now that show does the cycling show that I'd never wanted to do, is about 15 million downloads a year. And so, but it is the best. Like, if I had 15 million 10 years ago, I probably had 50 million, right? In terms of an audience. The world shrunk, but those 15 that have come back, I'd never trade the 15 for the 50. Because the 50 was that was it was trendy, it was hot, it was obvious, it was these 15, every single one of those downloads, and I believe this to be true, every single download has had to have a conversation with themselves. Like, do I do it? Do I, however, when you go to whatever you do, hit play or download or subscribe, they've all had to say, do I go back? And so once they say, and some people say no, fair enough, but once they say yes, they're on the team. The one thing about, just to bring it full circle, and how we monetize the show, because we take ads from people that we've invested in it next. I'm completely honest about it. I say, look, I love this product. I love it so much. We've made an investment. I said, I don't know if that's a disclaimer or an endorsement, but I just want you all to know. But the thing about all of the other advertisers, and this is the commitment, and I say it out loud, this is the commitment I've made to the audience, is you're never going to get, if I read an ad on this show, you're going to get it. These 15 million people don't want to hear me talk about ZipRecruiter.
No.
They want to hear me, they like it when I talk about my investments. They actually love it. And then this is my commitment. Like, look, you're never going to hear me talking about underwear. Like, this is shit that's going to be in line with what I believe in and what you all believe in. You're going to get it. Like, we don't need the money that bad. So I've tried to keep it just super core, super authentic, and on point with this audience. And I think two things. I think if I started talking about underwear, I think they'd leave. And if every single one of my advertisers were investments we've made, they'd leave. They'd say, you know what?
It's a different type of alignment.
I get it now. Okay, we all came back. He's got this fund. He's invested. We're all buying his stuff. We're out. So I have to be I keep them very separate. I have to be very sensitive. I'm super sensitive to those 15 million people.